Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome to another Nerdy Nummies. I got so many requests from you guys to make something X-Men related. I even dressed up a little bit. I have a little faux leather edgy jacket on. They called it vegan leather. I'm not exactly sure what it's made out of, but I thought it looked like something Rogue would wear. She is my favorite X-Men. Let me know in the comments below who your favorite character is. And today we are going to be making homemade pretzels that look like the X-Men logo. And also, I think this is the very first time we have ever made soft pretzels on Nerdy Nummies, so it's a very special day. All right, let's get started. To make these soft pretzels, the things you'll need for the dough will be 2 cups of bread flour, 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of warm water, 1 packet of active dry yeast, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 2 tablespoons of butter. Then to top our pretzels, we're going to be using 3 tablespoons of butter and 1/4 cup of coarse salt. Now let's put it all together and make some pretzels. First step is activating our yeast. In front of me, I have a large mixing bowl, our warm water. I heated this up in the microwave. It's about 100 degrees. Our honey, sugar, and active dry yeast. I use yeast a lot whenever I'm making breads like pizza doughs or the Brave rolls. Pour in the warm water, sugar, na 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 na, honey, honey. Then whisk together until well combined and set off to the side for about 10 minutes to allow the yeast to activate. Next step, mix together your 2 flours, bread flour and regular flour, in a medium-sized bowl and whisk together and set off to the side. After the yeast has sat for 10 minutes, it's now awake, it's foamy. Add your butter. I've melted it in the microwave, just pour it all in. Boop, 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 boop. Then mix together. I'm using a spoon. Then add half the flour. Once again, mix together. We're adding a little bit of our flour before we add our salt because the salt, if you add it directly onto the yeast, it can kill your yeast. So you want to add this as a buffer. Now add your salt. Mix it up, and lastly, continue adding your flour. I'm gonna do it in halves again. This is gonna help it absorb evenly. This dough is starting to look good. It's time to get messy. We're gonna use our hands to continue to knead the dough. Take a pinch of flour, sprinkle on top of your work surface so the dough doesn't stick, and scoop it all onto the counter. Here we go. Get on, dear. Boop, 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 boop. I love pretzels and pretzels love me. Shape the dough into a ball with your hands and continue to knead. Push down, pull back, and turn. This is what you want your dough to look like. You want it to be tacky but not sticky, and when you press your fingers in, it springs back out. Once your dough is ready, it's time to let it rest. In a large bowl, add a little bit of oil. I'm using a little paper towel to spread it around. Then place your dough in the middle of the bowl, and put a little oil on top, just a little. So as the dough grows, it won't stick to your bowl. It will be easy to plop out. Using a clean kitchen towel, cover the top. Tuck your little dough in. Now we're gonna let our dough sleep for about an hour until it doubles in size. Remember, leave it out at room temperature. Don't put it in the refrigerator or in the oven. Just leave it out at room temperature. All right, it's been about an hour. Let's check in on our dough. Wake up! Yes, that's exactly what we want. Look at how much it rose. This is so cool. Now we are gonna divide our dough into 7 pieces. To do that, sprinkle a little flour in front of you on the work surface. Oh, yes, this is my favorite part. I don't know why. I just like how it flops out. Flop. I'm using a bench knife, but you can use whatever you have around the kitchen. Divide your dough, just eyeball it into 7 pieces. This recipe makes 7 soft pretzels. Once the dough is divided into 7 pieces, we're gonna shape our soft pretzel. So take one of the pieces of dough, cut it in half, and you're gonna roll into a log. I've got 2 pieces rolled out. With one of them, bring together, connect to make a circle, and pinch. You have to pinch really hard to get them to connect. With the second log cut in half, using your thumbs, press each end into the pretzel really hard. Ooh, look at that. X-Men logo. Take your formed pretzel and place over onto a greased lined baking sheet. After you've got all the pretzels on a tray, I have half of them on this tray, half on another tray. They're going to take a nap. Again, take a clean kitchen towel, cover them up, boop, 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 like this. They're all tucked in and let them sleep for about 15 to 20 minutes. After your pretzels have taken a nap, we're gonna take them and a large shallow saucepan with our baking soda and a spider. If you don't have a spider, you can use a large slotted spoon. Anything with like holes in it makes it a little bit easier to scoop things out. We're gonna take all of these things over to the stove. We do this because this is what gives them their iconic taste and makes them a pretzel. Turn the stove heat to medium-low and pour the baking soda into your pan and add 10 cups of water. When the water is warm, about 160 degrees, carefully place a pretzel into the bath and let it sit for 30 seconds. Then flip it over and let it sit for an additional 30 seconds. Next, remove the pretzel to a well-oiled baking sheet. Once you've done this to all of your pretzels, take your tray back to the baking station. Before you pop these in the oven, gently brush the tops of the pretzels with some melted butter. This is the 3 tablespoons of butter, which I've melted. Just take a little baking brush and gently spread over the top. Then sprinkle a little bit of salt over the top, and again, this is the coarse salt. And you can use as much or as little as you'd like. I like a lot of salt on my pretzels. And now the pretzels are ready to bake. Heat your oven to 350 degrees and bake for 10 minutes. And ta-da! Here are the X-Men themed soft pretzels that we made today. I'll be taking lots of pictures and posting the recipe on RosannaPansino.com, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, so you can check it out there. And if you guys make these homemade soft pretzels, please take a picture and send it to me. I love seeing your baking creations. It just makes me happy. It makes my day. And if you have any other ideas for any other nerdy nummies, please let me know. Leave me a comment down below, and I will do my best to make it happen. All right, thanks again, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. Bye-bye. And now I get to try one for me. This is so good.